as you were saying, Louis, with the like it being a community thing, barring people based on Gearscore and eye level or whatever, that has been a WoW problem since the dawn of man. I'm not gonna lie. Even within Season of Discovery, you see that. You see a Gearscore limit. You're fucking level 20. For fuck's sake, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
How hard can it be? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it isn't. I've done BFD. I've done all those raids. I healed it as the shittiest healer in the game, the Resto Druid, because that's fuck all. You're literally a wild growth. Fucking click one button, that's your job done. But yeah, it's so simple, and people still fucking bar it. I can understand for like something that has mechanics and whatnot, you want people who at least watch the fucking video. I do not want to have my time wasted, so I can understand why they would have that. But it's still a bit weird when you got a fucking level 20 raid and it's still a thing in the community. Like it's become ingrained within WoW.
There is that frustration of running a group and having someone not know anything. On the other hand, you can't base that just off their Gearscore, if that makes sense. I understand that like there's people who just don't grasp things and don't get it, and that's fine. The idea of like being like, oh, your Gearscore's not high enough, like, hang on mate, I've fucking raided 1,000,001 times. I know these mechanics, like you're saying there with BFD, like fuck me, I could do that blindfolded. I don't know how that actually was meant. I don't know if it was meant to be a good class or not, but I managed it on a shaman tank. No bother. That was with people I knew. If it's with people who don't know, they go, ah, you're a shaman tank. I'm not saying shaman tank is bad. I don't know what it is in compared to the rest. As an example, like you could just get people being like, oh no, you're a shaman tank, fuck off.
Yeah,
and then that can like spoil it for like newer people to the game who are trying to get into it.
This is a huge problem for WoW start. Dungeons and raids were actually hard and had quite decent mechanics. And because the game was released for another year, a year or two in Korea, and then a year in Russia, it was, I think, people just kind of knew everything and they expected you to know all of the mechanics before even going into the raid, right? So you had the Gearscore requirement, sure, you met it. Oh, you're a first-time raider. Well, do you know the raid? Well, majority of people are gonna say yes, let's be honest, even if you don't know it. Every mechanic in that game almost wipes the whole party, right? There is not a single mechanic that is like, you get punished. Nope, it's the whole party gets punished. So it was a kick fest. Someone fucks up a mechanic, you're kicked from the whole raid, from the group, and that's about it. That was a huge problem, and a lot of people quit the game because of it. Also, when it comes to Gearscore scaling, I think that New World, what they did with mutations, hard limiting you to tier of mutation you can do with Gearscore, because the mutation would literally get 200% harder if you didn't meet the Gearscore requirement. So it wasn't a skill issue, it was them limiting you by gear, limiting you by an artificial number and not by skill. It should be something skillful, it should be something that top players, either in PvP or PvE or whatever, go for to achieve something, either a leaderboard or a specific item or just high score, doesn't matter. But it should be reflective of skill, not of Gearscore.
It's funny how you mentioned New World as well, because one of the things that they said was we're going to make like it easier for people to get into the end game. All they changed was instead of having 20 mutations, there's now just 3. It's still locked behind a Gearscore. It's still exactly the same. There's just 3 levels of difficulty now. That's not helping people at all. You're still doing the exact same thing. You could have someone, especially with the way New Worlds worked on the auction house, and especially now, you know how you used to have to do the gypsum to upgrade your Gearscore, but the new Gearscore cap is 700, and you can literally, they got rid of that completely, so now you can just go on the auction house and buy 700 Gearscore. Let's say you've got someone who they hit level, you hit 65, they then buy some gold online, because that's a thing I recently discovered that people do. I've just hit 65 in New World. I'm now going to pay this weird person online. I don't condone anyone paying any weird people online, by the way, just getting that out there, to give me a shitload of gold. I'm now going to buy a load of 700 Gearscore items, and I can now go into the top mutation. I can literally just buy my way into it.
I hadn't uploaded the income to that.
Yeah, you can literally just go on now and buy the highest Gearscore level.
What, the trading post, huh? Well, they implemented that. That's insane.